My name is LB, and I have founded 3 brands, Factor 8, the Sales Bar, and Girls Club. I'm all about training and developing people. And I think that if we can love going to work, it makes lives better. So I grew up in sales, and I think the key to loving going to work in sales is feeling confident and feeling successful as fast as possible. So back when I was a sales leader and a training leader, I couldn't find really great curriculum that would help me and my teams do that. Like, everybody talked about what to do in the sales conversation that sells books, but nobody were giving those like super tactical virtual sales tips to help get people on the phone or get them to call you back or keep them on the phone, or right, that virtual selling when I don't get to be there for an hour and a half with my PowerPoint and my expense account was missing. So I started it 15 years ago. That's Factor 8. And once a month, we do an absolutely free training, and I put it in air quotes, folks, because this is a webinar, which means we don't get to talk back and forth, which is essential in good training. It's edutainment. What I'm going to do is give you a sampling of one of our classes today, which is called Planning for Prospecting. And you're going to walk away with a couple really cool ideas. But if you want to actually get better at the skill, you got to take the class, right? If you're a manager joining us and you want your team to get better at it, you got to take the class. And of course, that's what we do, and that's what we sell. But we give it away here every month for free in our sales shots. And it's informal because that's us, and it's fun and it's silly. And I hope you have a really good time. So if you've just joined us, hi, Cindy, first timer, cool. If you've just joined us, please type in your location and how many shots you've had so far, because we have folks come back every month. I love when I go out on the road, people tell me, oh, we all get into a conference room and we watch your shots every month, and we always wish we could actually do shots. I hear you. It's early, but it's never too early. So I promise to make this lots of fun and fast paced. What we're covering today is power prospecting. Now, I'm not going to teach you everything you need to know about prospecting. We've got 29 minutes together. The goal of this is, how do we get faster at it? Right? How do we do more, better, faster, which is so English, but that's the goal. So Cedar Rapids, Iowa, first timer, Kennedy High School, JFK, class of 92. So you have to let me know, Cedar Rapids, where you're from. Indiana, Seattle, Pittsburgh. This is fun. And first timers, lots from Austin. This is great. Are you guys all together in Austin? Hello from Florida. I'm so happy y'all are here. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's jump in. I'm going to share my slides. First, let's make it official. Welcome. You found Factor 8's monthly sales shot. My name is Lauren Bailey. My friends call me LB. We're friends now because we are doing shots together. So I hope you will as well. Please open up your chat if you haven't already. Tell me your location and how many shots you've had before this one. Feel free to type questions and chats the entire time through. I am a trainer, so it's hard to do this one-way thing where I can't be with y'all. So talk to me a lot. I'll love it. Here we go. We're going to jump right in. Today, we're talking about power prospecting. Now, prospecting is not everybody's favorite part of the job. I absolutely positively get that, and we will talk about it. But our goal today is not end to end, but really, how do we make it better? How do we make it faster? How can you group leads together? How can you save time in CRM? So we're going to jump into all kinds of this stuff. So first of all, lots of first timers out there. Thank you for joining us. We do this every single month. Here are the next ones. If you go to factor8.com/shots, right now, you can sign up for the next 3 that are posted. They're 30 minutes. Also, every once in a while, we'll do a double shot. Like everything we do at Factor 8, super tactical, all about the application, tip rich. We think theory sucks and we stay away from it. We do rep topics, manager topics, always free, always good offers included to get other cool stuff out of this. If you're doing this for the first time with your team, my suggestion is everybody watch it and then stay in the room for another 30 minutes and talk about how to apply it. That's how you turn really fun webinars into actual training, right? You can always come take our class as well. It's really inexpensive and you get a discount, but you got to practice, okay? That's what makes this stuff stick and makes it really work. So here's what we're doing in our next few shots. And drum roll, please. I'm totally pitching today. We do have something new out there for anybody. We're trying this thing called the Recession Busting Workshop, and it's exciting. We're getting a lot of asks for this from our clients saying, hey, whoa, what are we doing here? I may have even cut people. My best people need to be better in the competition. So we've put together a workshop We customize it for every client. This is your team only, not public like this, but some really critical skills for selling during the recession. In fact, you probably, if this is your first time, go look at our website because we did a webinar just on recession selling as well. It's on-site or virtual. We do call blitzes and sales blitzes during this training, so you're not losing selling time. The idea is that you make the money back before we're done with day one. If you want to just learn about it, drop me a direct message in chat or just email me right now, lb@factor8.com. We'll send you the info. It's not expensive. You don't have to pay for it up front. We get it. It's a recession. We're here to help. All right, here we go. We're starting with a quiz. The right answer is a number. I'll tell you it's double digits. What percentage of sellers say prospecting is the worst part of their job? All right, thanks, Allison. Sean says 90, 99, 1. I feel you. These numbers are high, folks. Of course they are. Anybody going to guess $1? $1. Hi, Jen. 95, 75, 80, 92, 99. I'm getting these numbers from chat. If it's not open, you're missing half of the party. Open that up. Scott's going low, 50%. Between 50 and 99. Allison goes low, 10 to 99 are the guesses. The answer, according to Zoom info, 64%. So y'all just hate it more than most. You know, it's not fun. It isn't. And it's interesting to talk about the why, right? Like, give me your top reason you hate prospecting. Go ahead and chat it in. I expect I'll see the rejection, the time, where to start, feeling you, CC, not efficient. All right, good. Well, we're all about efficiency here. We're going to do that. Burnout, bounces, difficulty, mean people. Mean people suck. I tell my kids that all the time. Finding the right people, attitudes, disruptions. Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of reasons. The fear of failure. I love how you get right to the heart of it, Jen, right? It's hard to put ourselves out there. And that's one of the best things we can do on our attitude of prospecting is just make it into a game and know that there's going to be a lot of failure, a lot of rejection all through it, and just have some fun with it. Let's talk about what managers have to say about prospecting. Sales shot number 1. There's always a little fun little comment under the shot, by the way. You got to take it. 100% of sales managers say 2 things. 1, we need to do it more, right? And number 2, it's a time suck, quoted by every sales leader everywhere. This is the hard part, right? Prospecting research becomes a black hole. I have fallen into it myself. It is safer in the warm embrace of LinkedIn research than it is picking up the phone and calling these people. And we all get into that analysis paralysis, AKA avoidance, right? Might be that fear of failure, all these other things we're trying to avoid, but it's a hell of a lot more fun to research the prospects than to reach out to the prospects. And I'm here to change that. Shot number 2, let's line them up. The key to all of this, folks, is speed. All right. Prospecting sucks less when it's not a waste of time. So that's everything we're talking about today. There are 4 strategies that I'm going to walk through. Did anybody notice I just held up 2 fingers? I said 4. It's going to be a wild ride. All right. So the 4 strategies I'm going to talk about here. Number 1, I want you to drastically under-prepare. We're going to group the leads. We're going to group our research, and we're going to avoid preparing twice. All right. Upcoming next, tips along these strategies. But first, let's talk about if it's really worth it. Is cold calling worth it? Is this prospecting worth it? So this was from the RAIN group. What percentage of buyers say they've actually accepted meetings after a series of cold calls? Do note it does not say 1. If you are prospecting and calling once, you are wasting your freaking time. That was the nice version of what I wanted to say. Okay. So you guys have got it. 76%, 10%. You guys are ready to play. This is fun. Hi, Jake. Hi, Kelly. 33, 70. Adolfo. Hello. 30%, 65, 50%. So these numbers aren't as high, right? What percentage of buyers admit to taking meetings from cold calls? Dun, dun, dun. 82%. Oh my gosh. So Sharon, look at the chat. Just said the last 2 ones he scheduled, and I assume a CV is some sort of like a demo or a value proof. The 10th and the 12th outreach got it to him, right? Typically, the research will tell us that we need to try 9 times. 6 to 9 times should get us about 90% of the people. It's a numbers game. Different webinar, but stay with it, folks. It's worth it, okay? Because 82% will book the meeting. We just got to work to get a hold of them. So here's what we do. Strategy number 1 is drastically under-prepare. So I want y'all to think about this for a second. When it's a cold call, right? When we're calling out brand new to somebody, and it's okay if it's a little bit warm, it's a prospect call. What's the goal of our first call? Go ahead and chat it in for me. No wrong answer, except for the dumb ones. We'll call you out by name. Client visit. Thanks, Sharon. To get a meeting. Pleasantries, an intro, to get the next call. To get the meeting, to get a name, to get an appointment, to qualify the lead, to get it. Isn't this fascinating? Build awareness, give value, connection, gather info, qualify, learn something new, get the expiration date of their insurance policy. Kathy, that was very specific. And what you're talking about here is qualifying them, right? Because you don't want to sell to somebody when it expires in 6 years, is my guess. So you got it. So you guys, not to piss them off, Karen, it's the goal of every one of my calls, and I don't make it every time. So the goal of our first prospecting call really is to entice them to step 1. Because what are the chances that we actually get to do the first meeting on a cold call? It's pretty slim. And what are our goals in our first meeting or call? To qualify, to build some rapport and connection, to find out if it's worth it. We're not going to close anything, right? We're getting it started. What's the best case scenario of this prospecting call? That we actually get to have meeting 1. What's meeting 1? Qualifying, making a connection, seeing if we want to go to step 2. Next one I want you to chat in is, we know what the goal is, and we know what the best case, is. What's the most likely thing that's going to happen? We get somebody's info, we call out, 9 out of 10 times, what do we get? I just want the same answer over and over in this chat. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Look at that rolling in. Yeah. Boom. And this is why we don't love prospecting. 9 out of 10 times, folks, you won't even get them, right? You're going to get their voicemail. Okay, 8 out of 10 times. Those 2 times you do get them, you might get a brush off. Again, we got a class for that. It keeps them on the phone. I swear to God, it works. Or that's the not interested. I don't have time, whatever, right? Call me back some other time. Those are all brush offs. So we want to be ready mostly with our voicemail, right? And here is the answer. The likely case is you're going to get their voicemail. And what's the key to this whole thing? Speed. The key to researching for prospecting is speed, because 8.67 times out of 10, you're going to get their voicemail. Okay. So let's think about what you really need. The best case scenario is you're going to get to qualify them and have a little bit of meeting 1. The most likely scenario is a voicemail. So let's see if we can narrow down the black hole of research. This is a list of things that you're going to need at some point in your sales tool belt, right? To close this deal or to disqualify this deal. Which ones do we actually need for call 1? So what we're going to chat in here together is a smiley face for yes, because Y seems too easy, or an X for no. The prospect name, do we need to know their name? Yes, and smiley faces. Sharam, nice job. You can almost follow us directions. I'm just giving you a hard time. You too, Jenny, good. Adolfo's got a big old yes. Everybody's got it. Yeah, we probably want to know their name. By the way, and let me just, if you forget it, they're probably going to say it in their voicemail. So even that is a yes, but not quite as smiley as Laura's smiley. All right. Do we need to know what we're probably going to sell them? We need to match the solution and be ready to match the solution. An X or a smiley face? Oh, I love it when we've got some controversy. We disagree. Adolfo's a no. Kelly's a yes. Lori's that's a hell no. I love that. That was fun. Oh, here we go, back and forth. I'm going to tell you folks, my answer is no. I get that if you do talk with them, that 1.3 times out of 10 where you actually reach somebody, You're not going to get to the actual value prop, right? That's hard to do. It's great that you have an idea of how you can help someone when you call. But folks, in the interest of time and sanity, save that for when you earn the meeting, when you actually do a true discovery and value proposition. Don't solve it yet. You're lucky if you actually get somebody, you get to qualify them and get to meeting one, okay? Save yourself the time by kicking that out. All right, next one. I'm loving that. Can't prescribe first. So Sharon is saying, listen, don't go in knowing what they need. It's malpractice. And you're not wrong. You really are. Like, you've got to diagnose first. But let's be honest, we all do it. Plus, we all only sell like 3 to 5 things. And the really great people go in with a hypothesis, sure, not with a solution. So there we go. Don't need it, however, when prospecting, okay? Their name, yes. How about your value? Do you have to know your value prop? Dana, yes, 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 yes. Nobody's disagreeing to this one. Jodie Foster, what a great name. You get dinner reservations easily, don't you? Hi, Diane. A double yes. Yeah, that's an easy one. Sure. It ain't going to change that much. Okay. It ain't going to change that much. By the way, it's different than your voicemail. And it's different than your intro. Slightly different class. Oh, I gave the next one away. You do not need a case study, folks. Really? If you get them, like, what are you going to do? Read it on a voicemail? Save yourself the time. You don't need it. We're going to skip to pricing. Do you need to have an idea of how you would price a solution for them when you're calling on the phone? You got it. That's silly, right? How about understanding their job history? Do we need to go see all experience on LinkedIn and scroll down to that to see where they are in their journey? You're getting it. It's a no. It's a no. You don't. It's easy to click the button. Everybody wants to know. But nope, save yourself the time. All right. Your call introduction. How you're going to kick this call off for the 1.37 times they do answer the phone. Have it ready? Don't have it ready. Oh, yeah. See, I love the optimism. It's a hell yes, right? Sure. By the way, probably not too different, just like your value prop. And you all know the answer to the last one, right? Give it to me real quick anyway, just so we can play along. Does anybody think they don't need to have the voicemail? Oh, absolutely. And by the way, it's the one thing I like to script. Why? Because otherwise we go off script. I am married today because of a horrible voicemail mistake. True story. I hung up the phone. I sat back and I said, did I just tell Steve Shar that I was single in a voicemail? The mortification that happened to me. So that one worked out okay. Married 13 years. But let's A, don't propose to people over voicemail. B, script it out and have it ready. So short list of what you need and what you don't need. By the way, quick note on voicemails. This shot is called the Shameless Plug shot. If you're not getting at least 2 returned voicemails a day, you're doing it wrong. On average, we triple the number of voicemails that people get returned when they take our class. And folks, it's like 15 more conversations a week. That's like another day and a half of selling time. It's something that we include in our Recession workshop because going dark is big right now, right? It is the enemy. Are you feeling me? So check, Stan. Leave voicemail. Don't mention you're single. Exactly. All right. So what we do want to have, let's be ready with number 1, my call goal. And we've already talked about this a little bit, right? For most of us, it's let's get them qualified and let's do it in a way that builds some sort of a connection and rapport if possible. Maybe even find the right person. Goal number 2, I want you to have your intro ready. We call it a swift intro. Now, I'm going to do a pop quiz for those of y'all who've been with me once or twice before about what SWIFT stands for. But Suzanne and Amy, if you work for Factor 8, you cannot answer this. Ladies, hold your fingers back. Does anybody know what does SWIFT stand for? Oh, man. The SWIFT intro. Cindy Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so what's in it for them? Great job, Sharon. It's the opposite of WIFM. And let me tell you something, 9 out of 10 intros are somebody's value prop. Me, 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 me. Nobody's listening to you and you sound like every other rep out there, okay? The SWIFT intro turns that around, grabs them by the ear with their attention and gets them talking. Because the goal of the intro is not to introduce yourself, build value, or build rapport. The entire goal of an intro is to get them talking. Slightly different tactic. All right, so have your intro ready. What else do you need? Of course, you need your voicemail. Your voicemail might sound more like your intro than your value prop. I won't go down the rabbit hole again, I promise. I've already shamelessly plugged. You need that class. I want you to have your qualify and your explore questions ready. Why? Because you might get lucky. Best case scenario, you're going to go have meeting one and you're going to start by qualifying them. And if it's going well, you're going to keep going, baby, right? You're getting into that discovery. You're starting to do the rapport. You're having your first meeting. Now, the truth is, these probably don't change very much. Just have them ready, right? Feel lucky when it happens. And what's the last thing you need? You need that rapport builder, right? You need some way that you're going to connect with them. It's the reason you're doing any research at all ahead of time, so you don't come off like every other cold caller who knows absolutely nothing. One of the awards I won in the last couple of years was a top coach, which is funny because I'm a shitty coach. It's the reason I wrote a really, really good coaching class, because most sales managers are naturally shitty coaches. Sorry, y'all. Why? Because you were great sellers, and great sellers make bad coaches. We got to unlearn some stuff and relearn other things. Different class. But my point is, I can tell who's cold calling me because they're like, I would like to help you improve your coaching business. And I think, that ain't me, sucker. You're wrong research. You did it wrong. So over preparing can sometimes hurt as well. All right, let's talk about saving time. This is all you need. Unless somebody can chat in something for me right now, they think I missed. Totally open to it. Is there anything else that's really critical that you know before you pick up the phone and dial? Look at all my Swifters. Thanks, Monique and Sem. Awesome. I'm pausing in case there's something we missed. Yeah, Barbara, we do record it. Their phone number. Lauren, I really like you. That's great. Using your personality, a call to action. Yes, Nellie, that is in my call goal. When you have it charted out and you're saying, okay, well, my goal is I'm going to get to this far and I'm going to ask them to do this at the end. We kind of bake that into call goals training at Factor 8. So sorry, you don't know all of my classes and what we cover. That's critical. I got to know what they need to know. I got to know what I need to know. And I got to know what that next step is and what I'm going to ask them to do. We call that closing for a commitment. Brilliant. It builds so much mind share and helps differentiate you different. That no one ever died over the phone. It's so true. Yeah, you're so right. We say this all the time. You may even piss some people off, but you know what? You don't have to invite her over for dinner. You're going to hang up. It's going to be over. It's going to feel scary to you, but it's not even going to make their top 10 list at the end of the day. Honey, how was your day today? Somebody cold called me. No, it's not going to happen. All right. So let's talk about saving some time. We're going to group some of our research, folks. So I call this the shot ski. Anybody ever done a shot ski? I got a lot of Midwesterners. I've never done one successfully because by the time I think a shot ski is a good idea, it doesn't go well all over my clothes. So grouping research is key to going faster. So let's look at these 5 things. My call goal. Do I have to prepare this for each individual I'm calling, or can I prepare this for a group of people I'm calling? Do, 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 do. 100%. Nailed it. Yep. I like how you said same industry, Cindy. We're getting to that next. Next one up, my qualify and my explore questions. Can I prepare it for a group of leads, or do I need that to change it up by individual? Yeah, you guys are smart. Yep, it's the same. Next, my voicemail, group or individual? You guys are getting sick of my game, aren't you? Ooh, we're going individual more on this. Group, I love it. It's a debate. It's a debate. Group or individual? Survey says group. I would group it. You can still add value, right? You can do all kinds of things and you can still group it. In fact, some of the very best voicemails have the least amount of information. Other quick rule, never sell over voicemail. How about my intro, my Swift intro? By individual or by group? Yeah, group is leaning where the group is leaning here, and I agree as well. Okay. If you are going to make it by individual, Adolfo, only a super advanced seller can do that on the fly. And even then, just grab what's likely going to perk their ear. The truth of the intro is that they're not listening to you anyway. They're just not listening to you anyway. In fact, when we do classes all about intros, and everybody listens to it, at the end of it, we say, what do you remember? Even then, people only can get a keyword or two. So what's individual? The rapport builder. That's it. When you're out there researching, it's the one thing you're going to do differently. The rest of it, you have locked and loaded, and that is the key for speed. All right. The next thing I'm going to recommend, you guys were all over this. You got to group your leads when you're prospecting. You guys already told me industry. Type in anything else you can use to group your leads, please. I'm going to put mine up here. Persona. I like that, Catherine. Cool. Role. I got that one. Profile or demographics. Connection. Location. Use case. Commonality. Anything you can find that's in common. That's what we're talking about, Dosia. Good job. Exactly. Referrals are so smart to do in here as well. 100%. If you can group by this, then you can speed through. Okay. It might be like maybe the trigger event was a conference. Maybe it was an inbound lead form. Maybe you're pulling up everybody who bought from you 3 years ago. Maybe you're sending out a field agent, and so you've got to go to location and say, hey, listen, my guy's going to be in Cedar Rapids. Who's near there? I got to call Waterloo. I got to call Ottumwa. I got to call, Iowa City, Coralville. I'm having a good time. Social connections, another one. Hey, we both know, or whatever the case may be. We're both in this group, whatever it might be, right? If you're grouping these, you're going to be faster. By the way, if some of these were new to you, there is a download. This is straight from the sales bar. You can get it without being in the sales bar with factor8.com/prospecting, where we'll list these out for you again and give some examples of what that looks like. We'll even give you examples of intros and voicemails that go with these. So just so you know, the sales bar is our online platform where all our clients go in. It's sort of the enablement tool. There's 2,000 pieces of training in there. Some interactive training, some tip sheets like this, some script samples, some recorded calls. So we stole this right from this class, and you can get it without subscribing here. All right. The last one I want to talk to you about is never prepare twice. Folks, you get it already. You call, you get a voicemail. If you're leaving notes like CRM notes too, you are really screwing your future self. Be nice to your future self. What if your notes could look like, hey, it was part of this group of the CRM history, but like bought 3 years ago. Type it in so you know, right? So next time you call, you don't even have to open LinkedIn or Zoom Info or any of those other great tools. Seamless, I love too. What's the value that you're pitching to them? That's what's going in your value prop. That's what's going in your intro, et cetera. I think it's going to be about saving money. I think it's going to be about saving time. It could be the same one every damn time. How was I building rapport? Oh, we're both alums of GCU. Goal, qualify, right? You may have your own shorthand that says the goal is call one, and I know what that is because it's the same every time. LVM, left voicemail. What kind of voicemail did you leave? We say that every time so that you don't leave the same voicemail every time and you switch it up so you see what works, okay? So never again screw your future self by doing 4 flaming shots or leaving shoddy CRM notes. All right, little bonus chaser, folks. Always add value. That's what Swift is all about, okay? Over and over and over again, when I get cold calls, it's all about them asking for my time, trying to sell me on something instead of trying to help me first. Here's what's in it for you in adding value. Our last quiz. According to CVI, buyers choose to work with sellers who are the first to add value. So this is what's great about prospecting. When somebody already says, I'm shopping for something, everybody comes to them. Prospecting gets you there first when they're just thinking about it, but it doesn't work unless you add value. The number is high, 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 and it is 74%. Yeah. The first to add value. Those are the keys, which means if your cold outreach includes any of these, it is time to reassess, my friends. We need better voicemails, intros, better emails. Okay. Don't do this. Don't bump to the top of my box. Don't bully me into responding to you. Don't assume I'm a coach and ask for my time. You don't get it. Instead, get out there and comment. Recognize, compliment, share something. Always be brief. Give first. Don't lead with your pitch. And my top tip, we have a whole class on this too, of your social and your email outreach, closed questions. Short, single question that they hit reply with 3 letters, 3 words, you're going to get more responses. All right, folks, we do have a masterclass for this as well, virtual selling rep masterclass. If you guys are first timers, you haven't seen this before, it's where we do a public setting, so it's less expensive. You get to be in with a cohort of your peers. We're going to cover prospecting, discovery, and of course, Swift, everything Swift. You get to come in the bar, all 2,000 assets, and live with our trainers, factor8.com/masterclass. And don't forget your discount code so that I don't make any money on it. Everybody wins, right? Isn't this great? All right, folks. I hope you'll join me again next month. In the meantime, this is our information and our websites. If there's anything I can do to help, email me directly if you'd like to learn about the recession busting workshop. Those are super timely and important and time sensitive, and it's my pet project. So I want to make sure I respond right to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to hang out for another minute. If you've got comments or questions, you can hang out as well and put them into chat. For everybody else, thank you. Hope you enjoyed your shots. Hope you power prospect faster, and I'll see you next month.